The Magic market is red hot this week with several key drivers causing card prices to spike, including the reveal of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set. We'll discuss which cards are spiking the most starting now in part 1 of this 2-part giant-sized edition of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch. This video is sponsored by Flipside Gaming. Check out flipsidegaming.com for all your gaming needs. Right now you can pre-order Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles products, Secrets of Strixhaven products, or find a vast number of other great items on their website. Remember, shipping is free in the US if your order is over $100 or consists only of singles. Just look at the description or comment section below for direct links to their site. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and welcome to another edition of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch. As I said in the cold open, the secondary market is still hot due to several factors. Because of all this activity, we have again divided the Market Watch into 2 parts. In part 1, you'll see the cold cards numbered 11 through 6 and the hot cards numbered 20 through 11. Tomorrow in part 2, we'll feature the top 5 coldest and the top 10 hottest cards of the week. As always, our lists are based on 2 pieces of criteria: the percentage change in the value of the cards as well as the change in the number of sales from week to week. This week, in order for a card to be featured, it had to be moving at least 18% and at least $1 in either direction. Quickly before we get started though, just 2 fast things. I want to say thank you to a couple viewers who gave super thanks tips last week: Paul Dodd and Todd Branch. Thank you both for all your continuing support for the channel. I truly appreciate those super thanks and super chat tips. Thank you again, Paul and Todd. And I also want to say thank you to one of our Hero and Legend tier channel members, that is Joseph Capitani. Joseph, thank you for all your support, being a longtime channel member now. Truly appreciate it. I could not do this without viewers like yourself. So thank you again, Joseph. And now, without any further ado, let's get into it. We'll begin with the coldest cards of the week, part 1. Now, most of the cards moving down are ones that have recently been spiking. Price spikes can be an incentive for sellers to list a card that has been sitting in inventory or in bulk boxes for a long time. The extra copies of these cards hitting the marketplace slow the price spike and many times lead to a price retraction. Additionally, the market moves fast and has a short attention span, so hot cards come and go. Anyway, let's take a look at numbers 11 through 6, starting with number 11. Uchilan, moving down $1.03 to $4.23, that's a 20% decrease. This was heating up recently when some speculated that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set might bring some ooze creatures. Now though, all the cards have been revealed and we didn't see much in the way of that creature type. There were a couple cards between the main set and the commander deck, but it wasn't a big theme as some speculated, so Uchilan slides down some this week. Number 10 is Gornog, the Red Reaper, down $1.33 to $5.99, that's an 18% decrease. This did heat up a few months back when it began seeing commander play around Kratos God of War. Then it gained more momentum when Lorwyn Eclipsed was being previewed. That set brought us some new warriors and a plethora of changeling creatures, which led to some speculation on Gornog. Now this still sees some commander play, but the market has moved on and its price is sliding back down. A week ago, this was number 30 on our expanded hot list. Last week it moved up to number 22. This week, however, it arrives on the cold list at number 9, Superior Spider-Man, down $1.45 to $6.23, that's a 19% decrease. This continues to see play in several builds, but it was the standard format that made its price spike recently. Superior Spider-Man is in several decks there, and when it appeared in 3 of the builds in the top 8 of Pro Tour Lorwyn Eclipsed, including the winning Dimir Excruciator deck, its price took off. Now though, players are bracing for the changes coming to the standard meta with the release of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set, and many copies of Superior Spider-Man have hit the marketplace as sellers try to take advantage of the higher price. As a result, it slides down this week. Last week, this was number 10 on the hot list. This week it's number 8 on the cold list. Lathril the Spell Chaser, the Ikoria Layer Behemoths copy is down $2.35 to $3.90, that's a 38% decrease. The March of the Machine Multiverse Legends copy is down $2.71 to $5.04, that is a 35% decrease. Last week, this spiked aggressively when it was taken off the Commander ban list. Now you still can't use it as a companion, but it is legal and it's not even on the Game Changers list. However, here we are a week later and hype is already dying down as copies flood the marketplace. As a result, Latril's price begins to drop. Number 7, Insatiable Avarice, down $2.78 to $10.99, that's a 20% decrease. Much like Superior Spider-Man, this card spiked after Pro Tour Lorwyn Eclipsed. It was in the 2 standard Dimir Excruciator decks that made the top 8, including the winning build. Now, though, also like Superior Spider-Man, copies of this are flooding the marketplace. And many standard players are holding off on making deck building decisions until they see how TMNT impacts the meta. So Insatiable Avarice is moving down this week. A week ago, this was number 17 on the hot list. Last week it moved up to number 11. This week it arrives on the cold list at number 6. Nurgle's Rot, down $3 to $12 for a 20% decrease. This is from the Warhammer 40k The Ruinous Powers Commander deck. It has been spiking due to speculation that it may be a good upgrade to the upcoming Secrets of Strixhaven's Silverquill Influence Commander deck. Currently, we've only seen the front-facing commander from that product, but we have gotten a description of the deck. As far as we know, sure, Nurgle's Rot should be good there, and it most likely won't be reprinted anytime soon since it has a Warhammer 40k theme. However, more copies have gone up for sale because of the spike, and attention is moving on to other things this week, like the TMNT previews, so Nurgle's Rot is cooling off for now. Alright, we'll see the top 5 coldest cards tomorrow in part 2, but now it's time for the hot cards numbered 20 through 11, starting with number 20. Laser Screwdriver, up $1 to $2.21, that's an 83% increase. This is from the Doctor Who Masters of Evil Commander deck. It sees playing commander builds around cards like Missy from its precon and Carrick, Son of Yawgmoth. However, Laser Screwdriver is moving up now because of that upcoming Secrets of Strixhaven Silverquill Influence Commander deck I mentioned earlier. Here's what we know about the deck so far. It's an Orzhov build that will be using auras and other enchantments to make opposing creatures fight each other while you draw cards. We've also seen that front-facing commander, and from the information we have, it seems like Laser Screwdriver could be a good upgrade for the deck, or good and fresh builds around killing it. Since Laser Screwdriver is a Doctor Who card, it probably won't be reprinted anytime soon, which does make it a rather safe spec in that regard. Number 19, Faces of the Past, up $1.02 to $3.50, that's a 41% increase. Back in the early days of Magic, we didn't need dialogue, we had Faces of the Past. This one-print wonder is heating up a little because some players are getting it to upgrade the Lorwyn Eclipse Dance of the Elements Commander deck, while others are putting it in fresh builds around the front-facing commander from there, Ashley, the Limitless. Moving up 10 spots this week to number 18, Malicious Pride, up $1.16 to $5.01, that is a 30% increase. This is a Lorwyn rare that has never been reprinted, so I guess I'll get to use my one per video. You may know that during this time period of Magic, there was a recession in the game and less packs of Lorwyn as well as some other sets were cracked. Due to the lower supply, some of these cards that haven't been reprinted, especially the rares, tend to spike when there's some attention on them. So why are people paying attention to this now? Well, the Kithkin creature type just got a nice boost in support from Lorwyn Eclipse, and I'm seeing a lot of players putting Malicious Pride in a commander build around a card from the new set. That's Brigid Clackhan's Heart / Brigid Doan's Mind. Number 17, Nuclear Fallout, up $1.24 to $3.24, that's a 62% increase. This is from the Fallout Mutant Menace commander deck. It's currently seeing playing commander builds around a couple cards from its precon, for example, the Wise Mothman and the Master Transcendent. However, this is heating up now due to a card from the Fallout Beyond Vault 33 Secret Lair, which should be shipping soon. That card is the Ghoul, Gunslinger, and I'm already seeing players putting Nuclear Fallout in commander deck lists around this new card. Coming in at number 16, Lathril, Blade of the Elves. The foil copy from the Kaldheim Elven Empire Commander deck goes up $1.02 to $4.33, that's a 31% increase. And the Foundations copy's up $1.26 to $3.54, that's a 55% increase. This continues to be a very popular commander, and it's been in the 99 of other builds too, like the ones around Tyvar the Bellicose, for example. However, if you've been watching these videos, you know what's going on here. Lorwyn Eclipse brought a lot of support for the elf creature type, and that support has made commander decks that play Lathril stronger. Lathril Blade of the Elves is also now appearing in commander builds around a couple new cards from the Lorwyn Eclipse main set. They are High Perfect Morcant and Marlin Fey Ascendant. Quickly before we get to number 15, just a fast reminder, this video is sponsored by Flipside Gaming. Check out flipsidegaming.com for all your gaming needs. Right now, you can pre-order Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles products there. You can also pre-order Secrets of Strixhaven products, or find any number of other great items on their website, Magic related and otherwise. Remember, if your order is over $100 or consists only of singles, shipping will be free in the US. And if you're looking for a direct link to their site, just check out the description or the comment section below. I do have links posted in both of those places. And now, without any further ado, let's get back to the countdown. Moving up 8 spots this week to number 15, Tyrant Guard, up $1.36 to $6.84. That's a 25% increase. This is from the Warhammer 40k Tyranid Swarm Commander deck. It sees a little commander play, sometimes in builds around Magus Lucia Kane and the Swarmlord from its precon, but it has been jumping recently for a couple of reasons. One of those reasons is because many are speculating that Tyrant Guard will be a good upgrade to the upcoming Secrets of Strixhaven Quandrix Unlimited commander deck. Sure, this should fit very well into the build since we learned that the deck wants us to play X-Spells in order to put +1/+1 counters on creatures. And since this is a Warhammer 40k theme card, it's unlikely that it will see a reprint between now and the product's release. In the future, we may even see Tyrant Guard in fresh builds around the front face of Commander from Quandrix Unlimited, that is Zimone Infinite Analyst. Additionally though, we've seen that +1/+1 counters play a sizable role in the TMNT set and the Turtle Power Commander deck, so there are some specking on Tyrant Guard for that reason as well. It might be a good upgrade to that Turtle Power deck, or good in fresh builds around the front facing Commander from there, Heroes in a Half Shell. And here are a few more examples of TMNT cards that play well with Tyrant Guard and Commander. Michelangelo Mutant BFF and Michelangelo Weirdness to 11 from the main set, as well as Raphael the Muzzle from the Turtle Power Commander deck. Number 14, Leaf Crowned Elder. The Morningtide copy goes up $1.12 to $6.99. That's a 19% increase. The one from the list is up $1.45 to $8.85. That's a 20% increase. Traditionally, you would see this in Doran the Siege Tower commander decks, and those builds just got some additional support from the new Tree Folk and some other cards found in Lorwyn Eclipsed. That support, of course, is why Leaf Crowned Elder is moving up now. In fact, we're seeing this in commander builds around a new card from Lorwyn Eclipsed. That's Doran Besieged by Time. Number 13, Likeness Looter, up $1.48 to $5.85. That's a 34% increase. First, this is in standard Esper Oculus, but Commander is actually the key driver for the price increase here. In that format, you've been seeing Likeness Looter in builds around Hashatan Scarab's Fist or Norman Osborn, for example. However, Lorwyn Eclipsed also brought us support for the fairy creature type, and that's why Likeness Looter is heating up. You do see it now in commander decks around a new card from Lorwyn Eclipsed, and that is Marlon Fae Ascendant. Coming in at number 12, Grid Monitor, up $1.64 to $6.94. That's a 31% increase. This sees a little commander play in builds around Zedruu the Great-Hearted and Blim Comedic Genius, for example. Recently, though, it began appearing in decks around Iroh T-Master, and now there's a TMNT preview card pushing Grid Monitor's price as well. Some want to add it to their future commander builds around Kitsune, Dragon's Daughter from the TMNT main set. Coming in at number 11, Spore Assist, up $1.77 to $8.92. That's a 25% increase. This is another card from the Warhammer 40k Tyranid Swarm Commander deck. Currently, this gets commander play in a few different builds. The most popular ones are around a couple cards from its precon, the Swarmlord and Magus Lucia Kane. Long story short though, this is moving up for the same reasons Tyrant Guard has been hot. Some players want to get Spore Assist as an upgrade to the upcoming Secrets of Strixhaven Quandrix Unlimited commander deck, or to use in fresh builds around Zimone Infinite Analyst from there. Meanwhile, others want Spore Assist to upgrade the upcoming TMNT Turtle Power Commander deck, or to use in new builds around Heroes in a Half Shell from there. Still, others are just generally specking on Spore Assist because of the +1/+1 counter support coming from the TMNT products in the form of cards like Michelangelo Mutant BFF and Michelangelo Weirdness to 11 from the main set, as well as Raphael the Muscle from the Turtle Power Commander deck. Alright, that's going to do it for part 1 of this 2-part edition of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch. Come back tomorrow. We're going to count down the top 5 coldest and the top 10 hottest cards of the week in part 2. Until next time though, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible through the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.